At any point in the journey, the next step is always awkward and uncomfortable. If something's awkward and uncomfortable, it means it's outside of your comfort zone. So you need to keep doing that thing until it no longer is awkward and uncomfortable. I remember when I was like trying to practice displaying intent and flirting with a girl, that shit was so fucking cringe, man. I remember doing it in the mirror and I was like, there's no way I could say this to a girl. Like, I can't even say it in the fucking mirror. So I'm just thinking like, dude, this is gonna be so awkward when I finally go to say it to a girl. And I don't even remember the first time I fucking actually did it, but I know that over time, it got better and better and better. So whether you're struggling with conversation or if you're struggling to start teasing the girl, or some of you guys struggle to just display intent because you just feel like you're not smooth with it, right? Or you don't feel entitled enough to actually get that girl, it's totally normal. It's part of the process. You're gonna have to go through that uncomfortable step, that phase of like understanding, yo, this is the next step in the journey of the progression, and it feels weird, and that's totally normal. For anybody that's gotten decent at this, like, I'm sure opening strangers was uncomfortable and awkward, and it was a big struggle. But at some point you started doing that and it was no longer that big of a deal. And then you probably were running out of things to say or just having really short interactions. And then like the next step is like, oh, I'm actually having a longer conversation now. And then if you're at that point, you're probably thinking, well, shit, dude, like displaying intent seems like really weird and uncomfortable and awkward. And then you'll get to a point where you can do that. And then it's gonna be like physicality and getting closer. Then you'll be the guy that's like, you can flirt and you can tease, and you just don't know how to bridge the gap between flirty and teasy to actually kissing the girl. Or you get like a little touchy, but you still struggle with that whole escalation of going from a little bit flirty teasy to like getting a makeout. And then you'll be the guy that's just getting makeouts in the club, and then you're not getting any phone numbers or dates or bringing girls home. And then you'll be bringing girls home and then you can't close because you're afraid to like escalate all the way. Or you'll go on a date, but it doesn't actually end in a sexual interaction. It ends in like a nice to meet you or a kiss goodbye, but you never get to see that girl again. Or maybe you even get to a point where you start closing, but then the girl doesn't want to see you again. So it's like every single step of the way, there's gonna be a sticking point and that next level, and you gotta work through each kink one step at a time. And there will always be a next level, okay? There's always a higher level. That's the other thing. So it's like, just embrace and accept wherever you're at right now in the journey. Understand it's totally fine. Don't compare yourself to some other dude. Don't compare yourself to your friends. Don't compare yourself to anybody except yourself. It's you versus you. Where were you at last week? Where were you at last month? Where were you at 6 months ago? You need to stay focused on the progression itself. Otherwise, you're just focused on the next sticking point and you just have that negative self-talk that's just bringing you down at the next step. Because I could tell you, I remember when I finally started displaying intent, I didn't feel accomplished. My brain was just like, yeah, you did that, but you're not doing this, which is like the next step. And then you get the kiss and you're like, yeah, you did that, but like she doesn't want to see you again. Or yeah, you brought her home, but now she doesn't want to see you on a date. Or yeah, you closed, but that was like a one-off thing, yo. Like you got lucky on that one. Or she was already into you, it didn't even fucking count. Your brain is gonna constantly erase the accomplishment. It's gonna whisper that accomplishment and just scream out the fucking negative next thing. So that's why you always gotta be aware of where you're at, where were you at, and it's just you versus you the whole fucking way through, man. There's a lot of other dudes on YouTube and competitors and all these other people, and there's dudes making like roast videos about me. I got guys talking shit in the comments on a fucking hourly basis. I don't give a fuck, man. I can't give a fuck. I'll go crazy if I stay focused on these negative things, man. All I'm focused on is where I was at, how can I take that next step to keep making improvements, and as long as I'm focused on my own progression, obviously things are gonna go up, because where your attention goes, like, and the energy is gonna flow, and inevitably you will get better. You just gotta keep going with it, dude. Keep going with it. So this is a mindset. Okay, everything I'm talking about right now, this is the mindset you need to have to lead yourself to get to an expert level at anything. Understanding, yo, fuck what everybody else is at, fuck what everybody else is saying. I'm focused on myself, where I was at, and what the next step is that I need to take consistently with the right action until I get to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. And then you'll look back several months from now and you'll see that progression, and that's what's rewarding, and that's what's gonna keep you inspired to keep going and keep going and keep going. I look at my channel analytics, man, that shit's just going up. Let them talk, man. Let everybody fucking talk. I'm looking at my channel analytics, I'm looking at the growth, I'm looking at the success stories from my clients, It's all just going fucking up. That's what's important to me. You focus on the negatives, you're always gonna feel like shit, man. Okay, so that's the mindset to get really good at this shit.